so depressing. They're all gone. All of them. It's pretty obvious at this point the horses are not coming back because all the animals are gone. So I don't think the horses are just took off out of the gate and left the barn. That wasn't like them. They were the first to go. And now the chickens, the cows, and the pigs are gone along with the sheep from the day before. I mean, at least I know Arnold is okay. I did get a letter back from Oliver. I put a note in there last night, and I got a letter back from Oliver saying he asked for Arnold back. So I guess he's not the one that was bringing the animals here. I thought he's the one that dropped off Arnold, but he asked to get Arnold back, and he got Arnold back. So he has Arnold. So that's kind of a good thing, but just all the animals are gone. So basically I'm by myself, which basically I felt like I have been for the past few months. So I've just been sitting up here on the roof of the workshop this morning, watching the sunrise, trying to figure out what to do. I'm so depressed. I didn't get to weeding the field behind the shed last night. I mean, those weeds have grown to the extreme. I mean, I really don't feel like doing much of anything. But I gotta do something. I just can't sit up here all day long, and because the thoughts will just fester in my head all day and just make it worse. So, yeah. Let me just climb on down here onto this tire. Get on down. I mean, I guess about the only good thing I probably can do is, like I said, just get right back to work. Just get back to work. I think the only thing I kind of feel like doing is the corn is ready down by the store. So yeah, I didn't put the combine away last night, which is kind of a bad thing to do, but it's what I did. All right, let's go drop off this header. Get the corn header, go on down there, at least harvest the corn. Now I got all this crop in the silo, and I'm trying to figure out what do I do with it. I mean, am I going to get more animals? Are the animals coming back? Or, I mean, if they're not coming back, then I might as well just go ahead and sell the grain at this point. No sense in hanging on to it. So many things to think about. And that's the last thing I need is to think more. Let's go ahead and detach the PTO shaft. There we go. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and sell the corn. Well, I think I'll check it on the corn price at least. If it's decent, then we'll just go ahead and just sell it. If not, I'll bring it on back to the silo and dump it into there. Alright, before I forget, let's go patch the PTO shaft to this. Alright, should be all set to go. Well, I don't have to take care of no animals, though. That's not that I didn't mind doing that to begin with. And now the thing is, I mean, I got some manure left in the hog barn and the cow pasture patio, and I think the horses may have some manure left over. So that pretty much means all my fruit trees are pretty much going to be non-helpful in about a week or so. I mean, the good news is they don't take up that much manure. And I do have a decent amount, so I guess I could take some of the fruit, because I've been eating the fruit mostly. I could take some of the fruit and maybe store it somewhere. That's right, I got that canola over there. That's ready for harvest as well. Yeah, I'm just got to go what I feel like doing best at this point. Try to keep my head above water, I suppose. I mean, I've been here now for a few months, and it seems like I haven't learned anything. I mean, I've learned things about farming, but I have not learned anything about the people I'm dealing with. Myself. I mean, it's almost like I basically have no idea what's going on. And I'm not sure if I ever will. I'm not too sure. I mean, why are the animals gone? I mean, not even a note of saying why the animals are gone. I understand Oliver taking back Arnold. I mean, if all the animals are disappearing, he pretty much kind of said in his letter that he asked for Arnold back because he knows the animals are leaving here and he didn't want to lose Arnold. So that's fine. I mean, take him back at this point. I don't need to lose him either. Yeah, it's just all depressing around here this morning. I need to find something to get myself in a better mood, and I don't know what that is at this point. Not too sure. Other than the farm is doing wonderfully money-wise, the crops are all looking good, except for just being a little bit depressed last night after finding out the sheep were gone. Tried to sleep last night, and I did a little bit of sleeping, not much. And then to wake up and, I mean, it was kind of good to get the letter from Oliver saying he took Arnold back, but then I said, well, I better go over and check on the cows because I know they were getting low on TMR. And should I be surprised or not surprised? I don't know, but yeah, when I walked over there and the pigs and the cows were gone, I was like, okay, might as well go check on the chickens. And I didn't expect to see them there, and yep, they were gone too. But this morning, I'm just going to try to focus on the cornfield, get this all harvested. I probably should have brought down the 1050 in the trailer. But I think a good walk back to the farm to get it in just about a minute or two. Get my exercise in, because I really haven't walked around too much this morning other than back and forth from the animal pens. Everything is just a mystery. And it's, you know, at first it didn't bother me too much. Now I can't stop thinking about it, what's going on. I guess on the positive side this morning, at least the corn is harvesting really, really good. And the corn price is going up as well. So I guess right now I'll just have to go ahead and store it and wait for the price to peak. Unless it peaks by the time I fill up this trailer. When do I want to plow this field? Well, I got so much other work to do. I'm not going to get to plowing this field anytime soon. I got that canola on the field across. That's been ready for harvest for a day or so. I need to take care of that at some point. So I think I'll harvest that before I take care of this. Because if I harvest that, I can get one of the autonomous tractors over there and start planting something into it. And I'm trying to figure out if I want to take care of the weeds in the field behind the shed or just go with it. I think by the time I lease a herbicide sprayer and spray the field with herbicide and pay for all that, I may as well just probably take the loss on the harvest. It's not that big of a deal, I don't think. But I definitely will have to take care of the field because leaving the weeds into it even after you harvest, it'll just lead to more weeds growing in next time. So definitely have to take care of them, rip them out next time for sure. Can't keep leaving weeds in the field. Just keep growing and growing and expanding and just eventually they'll eat up your entire crop. They'll take all the nutrients out of the ground. The crop won't grow. Yeah, I'm just trying to think what to do with all that crop I have in the silo that I was keeping up for the animals. At this point, I think I've been thinking, I just need to sell it because if they're going to keep taking the animals away, then no sense to keep trying to get animals here. And the thing is, I didn't even get no, I mean, I paid for most of those animals to get here and they just took them away, so I didn't get no money back on them. I mean, I'm not going to complain about the chickens too much because the chickens produce so much eggs and I got my money back on that. The sheep, I probably got my money back on the wool. But building those pastures and whatnot did take some time and money and effort. And the thing is, Oliver doesn't know, I guess, who's taken the animals at this point either. all this time I thought Oliver was the one bringing the animals back and forth, but when he said he asked to get Arnold back, it's all just confusing. Nothing's making any sense. Not that anything has made sense since day one. The only thing that's making sense is that the farm has grown and is doing very well, except for the disappearing of animals. And I'm not getting any letters from the person or whatever is taking the animals. The reason behind it. I need to stay focused on the combine, make sure I don't overfill the combine. I need just to stay focused on what I'm doing this morning. Yeah, coming down here harvesting the corn is not really getting my mind off things. I would walk to the corn, but the corn can get very itchy on you. The corn stalks tend to eat away at you a little bit, make you itch. So a couple more trailer loads and check the price on the corn again. Didn't leave the pipe out, but hopefully I can kind of guess where it needs to be. I think that's good. Well, good enough. I pretty much waited until the corn price got to the highest peak that it could, but then it does push me till noon. So, yeah, wasted almost the entire morning waiting for the price to finish peaking. I just didn't want to bring the corn all the way to the silo to have to unload it and bring it on back down later on. Yeah, and like right now I don't feel like I'm in a rush. Just not in a rush. Just want to get the cornfield harvested today. At least this morning. That's what I was hoping for, but I don't have that much more to go. I should get it done in the next half hour or so. But now I can just bring the corn down to the store and sell it straight up. I think it was like $4.29 they're offering per 1,000, which is pretty darn good. And I still have like 120,000 liters of corn back at the silo. So in case somehow animals start to come back, I do have some feed in stock. So it's not a big issue, but I don't expect animals to come back. But then again, a lot of things I expect are not what happens. So expect the unexpected? I have no idea. Right, I do have a full combine waiting for me. And the way it's going, I might get another full trailer out of here. And I'll leave the engine running because it does not take me too long to get 18,000 liters of corn with this setup that I have going. Fire up the header. While I'm waiting, I'm just going to get out and just make sure everything looks good on the header. Make sure I got no rocks or anything like that piling up. Don't want any foreign material getting in there to ruin everything. It's looking good. Alright, let's continue the harvest here and put the pipe in after you get out from underneath the trailer. Kind of weird to think that the farm is getting up to $500,000 in the bank account. Yeah, Oliver hasn't really said much about the farm, how it's grown, anything like that, you know, and seeing the money roll in. He hasn't really said pretty much anything about it, so I'm not Yeah, that's, I just don't know. It's just becoming laughable of all the things that I think the way things should go and they don't. I need to finish this harvest sometime soon because I would like to get some other work done this afternoon. I was actually thinking about working on the bees if the bees are still here. They were this morning though when I was watering the greenhouses. I heard the bees buzzing around. I may just take a lazy afternoon, take care of the bees. Maybe take care of the fruit trees. Bring those on down. I mean, the fruit trees, like I said, they should go for quite a while. I got a decent amount of manure, probably the last. I mean, the trees don't go through that much manure, like I said. So I don't know when I should start stockpiling up the apples and the pears. Although it's fruit, so unless you got some really good place to put the fruit. And I'm not one to freeze fruit because when it unthaws, it just is, it's not as good when it's nice and crisp as it comes off a tree. I will miss the fruit trees at some point, but got a ways to go before that happens. Shouldn't have any problem getting all the rest of this corn into the trailer and just making one trip up. Then I think what I'll do is after I deliver the corn, I'll park the 1050 over at the canola field with the trailer. Then run over here, grab the combine. I gotta bring the combine back, swap out the headers. So when I go to harvest the canola later on, whenever that may be, maybe be later on this afternoon, I don't know. Fold the header up. I guess if the price of canola was good, then I'll probably do it that way. I'll harvest it when it's good. That way I can do the same thing like I did over here, which I could just bring the corn down to the store instead of bringing it to the silo. But yeah, I probably should actually harvest that field some point today just because it's been there for a few days ready for harvest. There we go, there's all the corn. Park that right there for now. Yeah, getting to plow this field. Maybe tomorrow, the day after. It's definitely something that I have to do. I can't put the autonomous tractor on. The autonomous tractor does not have enough horsepower to pull that thing. I mean, it probably will pull it, but definitely it'll struggle and put too much wear and tear on the autonomous tractor, and I do not want to do that. All right, a little bit more cash for the farm. Not that I know what to do with it at this point. But it's good to see the money come on in. Just to think when came here months ago, one tiny little field with withered potatoes in it. I mean, the equipment that was here was decent. Matter of fact, I still got one of the pieces of equipment here, which is the Fendt Favorite. And let me go park this next to the canola field. Run over, grab the combine, and head on back to the farm with that. Swap out headers. Yeah, this is looking. Yeah, you barely touch the stalks, and the canola is falling out of it pretty easily. So I need to harvest that pretty soon, or else the yields is probably going to start getting worse and worse because when the header hits the crop like that, it'll just fall off onto the ground before it actually gets into the header. Alright, so go back to the farm. Swap out the headers. Being 12:30, I think that's probably a good time to maybe take a small little break and have some lunch. Not sure what I want to make yet. Maybe just a grilled cheese sandwich. That sounds good. Sounds really good actually now. The more I think about it. At first, I remember making this field, I was hesitant having the rocks kind of in the field, but I left enough space when I plowed around it to create the field that it all seems to be working out rather well. Even the autonomous tractors and the programming that they run do rather well around it as well. The one thing I haven't got around to is start making some roads to the fields. I mean, I got the cash to somehow, I don't know if I can ask the store for gravel or not. I mean, I could start making these dirt roads into gravel. Make sure I go slowly over the bridge. Just gotta be careful of that. Yeah, I don't think I need this header for anything. I mean, I know I got some flowers planted, but that won't be for another day or so. And go straight ahead and put this header right into that little shed there. I say little shed, that's a decent sized shed. Yeah, I'll put in front of the plow. That's fine. Alright, crouch on down here, disconnect the PTO. And once I go have lunch, they'll decide what I want to do next. Do I want to take care of the bees, or do I want to go on down and take care of that canola? I guess I'll decide right after lunch, depending on the price of the canola. There we go. And you know what? Just back up the combine a little bit. I think I'll leave it right here, just in case if I don't get to it, it's out of the way. I don't want to park it in the middle out here and then decide not to harvest. I wonder how I haven't really checked on the bees to see if they're full. I would imagine they're probably full of honey at this point. Still got some hay pellets, but now I guess I can sell those as well. Since I don't have any animals to feed, I can get rid of those. We still got bees. Not really hearing any. But then again, if they're full of honey, I don't think I would hear any. How are the fruit trees doing? Oh, they got lots and lots of fruit on them. Lots and lots of fruit. Let's go ahead and put that down there. Oh, no, hopefully they don't fall out. No, they're fine. They're still in there. Do I have another one over here? I do. Oh yeah, they're getting pretty full. Have to bring these down to the store so they can start being sold. Yeah, I can't eat that much fruit. I like fruit, but not that much. I mean, I'll still leave the barn doors open and everything in case the animals kind of come back, but I don't think they will. But I don't want to close them on up and say the No Name and Freckles are still out there somewhere. Very slim chance that they are. Alright, I'm going to go back to the house and have some grilled cheese sandwich. Get my energy back up and get back to work. But if I look at the canola price, what's the canola price? $5.51. Yeah. If I do harvest it, it's definitely going to go into the silo. Definitely going to go into the silo. There's a note on my door. It is time. It is time for what? What the hell does that mean?